The creek behind our farmhouse once ran clear enough to drink from. As children, we floated sticks and caught minnows in its current. But by the spring of 1979, the water foamed like soap and smelled like paint thinner. Dogs refused to drink it. Laundry hung outside returned with a sour, chemical odor. That was the year America learned about the Valley of the Drums. In a hollow just outside Louisville, Kentucky, thousands of metal barrels lay scattered like forgotten tombstones. Some bulged with pressure, others leaked rainbow-colored slicks into the earth. The site stretched for acres, but for the neighbors who lived nearby, it was just called the Valley. For years, trucks had backed into the ravine under cover of night, unloading drums that rattled with unknown liquids. No one asked what was inside, because in those days, waste was just hauled away, out of sight, out of mind. But the poison didn't stay buried. In 1966, the valley roared awake. A fire broke out among the barrels. Flames leapt 30 feet into the sky. Drums exploded like grenades, sending shards of metal spinning through the air. The smoke clung to the hillsides, thick and choking. Firefighters fought the blaze, but they couldn't name what they were inhaling. When the flames died, the barrels still remained rusting, leaking, seeping into the soil. By the late 70s, families began to notice subtle betrayals in their daily lives. Fish floated belly up in creeks where children once swam. Gardens wilted early, leaves spotted and brittle. Cows avoided watering holes, as if they knew better than their owners. One mother remembered shaking out bedsheets from the line only to gag at the stench of gasoline. The poison had invaded her home without knocking. In 1979, the Environmental Protection Agency finally took samples. What they found read like a chemical graveyard: PCBs, heavy metals, dioxins, some of the most toxic compounds known to science, sitting just a few hundred yards from family porches. Neighbors described headaches, burning throats, rashes, though few doctors connected the dots back then. For years, people had wondered why the air carried a bitter edge, why the water shimmered with unnatural colors. Now they had their answer. When journalists brought cameras to the site, the images shocked the nation. A valley littered with rusting drums, leaking like open wounds into the earth. Television viewers saw children playing just downstream and realized the cost of cheap disposal. The Valley of the Drums became the face of America's toxic waste problem. Congress couldn't look away. Lawmakers held hearings, waving photos of the valley before the cameras. One senator said it looked like a war zone we built for ourselves. Outrage turned into legislation. In 1980, the United States passed the Comprehensive Environmental Response, Compensation, and Liability Act, better known as Superfund. Its purpose was simple: no more forgotten valleys, no more poisoned creeks without accountability. But passing a law didn't erase the damage. In 1983, the valley was placed on the Superfund's national priorities list. Crews hauled away thousands of drums, scraped contaminated soil, and drained poisoned pools of water. Yet even after years of cleanup, groundwater tests showed lingering toxins. For the families nearby, trust was harder to restore than the land. Many carried memories of burning eyes, dying pets, or gardens that would never yield safe harvests again. Today, the valley looks deceptively ordinary. Trees have grown where drums once stood. The creek trickles on, no longer foaming, but not fully trusted either. Locals remember. They remember the acrid smoke of 1966, the rainbow sheens of 1979, the stench in their laundry. And they know that without their suffering, the nation might never have acted. The Valley of the Drums forced America to face a truth. What we bury does not stay buried. It seeps, it spreads, and it comes back to haunt us. Out of sight is never out of consequence, and so, from one hollow in Kentucky, a warning was carved into law, one we still struggle to heed today.